Changes are in store for funding the Beaver Lake spillway work. We'll tell you more. Plus, Huntingburg Mayor Denny Spinner joins me for this week's Monday with the Mayor, and host Bill Potter brings us tonight's episode of Inform. All of that and much more is up next here on the 18 WJTS News. Hello, I'm Bradford Raths. We begin with Beaver Lake and the Jasper City Council's move to change some of the funding of spillway work. This morning, the Jasper City Council voted to tweak the funding structure for the Beaver Lake Spillway project and the subsequent Lake Management Fund. The council voted to use all of the $148,597 in donations they received from the Friends of Beaver Lake group, plus the $50,000 from city utilities, and $15,000 in tree funds from the Park Department to fund the project. The remaining $161,123 would come from the Riverboat Fund for a total of around $374,000. The council kept in place a provision that would allow for up to $180,000 to come out of the Riverboat Fund if needed, a provision they approved during their regular August meeting this past Wednesday. The council also voted to put the $36,775 that will be raised from fee increases at Beaver Lake into the Lake Management Fund. Of course, the Jasper Park Board met on Friday and they elected to raise launch fees by $15 and dock fees by $25, a recommendation that the council adopted this morning. The Park Board moved to put the $15,000 from the tree fund into the Lake Management Fund along with the $36,775 in additional fees. They argued the $15,000 was not needed due to the extra donations from the Friends of Beaver Lake. Now, Councilman Kevin Manley is among those who have pushed for the city to kick in money for the spillway reconstruction. Manley recently underscored how important the project is for Jasper.
Not only is the lake used as a backup water supply for our city, it is also used for recreation. The lake has been and will continue to be a tremendous asset to Jasper. We all agree we must get this issue resolved. And as I mentioned at the Water Board meeting that I was a member of, I said I believe in public-private partnerships in a way to resolve this issue. We must work together.
Now, there is more to this lake management process. A new city-led board will be formed to lead Beaver Lake management efforts over the next 5 years. The board would consist of city utilities and park board members, along with lot owners from the lake. What started as serving an arrest warrant on a Jasper man led to the arrest of him and 3 other people on drug-related charges. Just before 6:45 on Saturday night, Indiana State Police tipped off Jasper Police that 20-year-old Caleb Dubon Jr. was living in the 1500 block of Mill Street. Dubon Jr. was wanted on warrant for failing to appear in court recently. JPD says officers noticed Dubon leaving the residence in a black passenger car. He was pulled over a short time later at 17th and Newton. After taking Dubon into custody on the warrant, police got consent to search his vehicle and they found methamphetamine along with used hypodermic needles inside. 3 other passengers in the vehicle, 21-year-old Jade Jones and 21-year-old Shauna Campbell, both of Washington, along with 20-year-old Haley Camplin of Huntingburg, were also taken into custody. All 4 were booked into the DuBois County Security Center, and they are all charged with possession of methamphetamine and possession of paraphernalia. Dubon is facing the drug charges in addition to the failure to appear charge on his arrest warrant. DuBois County once again is in sole possession of Indiana's lowest unemployment rate thanks to a strong month of July. Local numbers released this afternoon by the Indiana Department of Workforce Development show DuBois County's unemployment rate at 3.3% for July. That's down 0.2 from June. DuBois County leads Indianapolis suburb Hamilton County by just 0.1%. Elsewhere in our area, Davies County's unemployment rate came in at 3.8% for July. Spencer County continued its strong run of late as they closed July at 3.9% unemployment. Martin County reported 4% last month, as did Warwick County. Meanwhile, Pike County unemployment came in at 4.2%, Perry County was at 4.8%, Crawford County 5.4%, and Orange County was highest in area unemployment at 5.7%. Vermilion County once again had the state's highest unemployment rate, which came in at 7.1%. Of course, the news is also good for state employment, as we told you on Friday. Indiana saw its unemployment rate drop down to 4.7% for July, down 0.2 from June, and the lowest rate since November of 2007. The state also added 4,800 private sector jobs in July, which pushed Indiana above its historical peak level of employment, which was achieved back in March of 2000. The state has added almost 292,000 private sector jobs since July of 2009, which was Indiana's low point of employment. All right, coming up after the break, Denny Spenner is this week's guest for Monday with the Mayor, and later, tonight's edition of Inform. We're back after this.